So let's go back on the navigation, scroll down and find the nav. So let's color the link to white. So color will be white. And then this border right here, we are going to apply it to the LI. So border right 1 pixel solid equal to the color of the header, which is 3333. Save it. So now we have this nicely separated dividers, and let's get rid on the anchor tag the text decoration to get rid of the underline. Text decoration none. Next, we will apply a hover state. So it is very simple. Primary ULLIA colon then hover. And let's make it a lighter shade of this current background. So 666, maybe 777. So background 7777. Preview, refresh and hover like that. So we just finished the header part. Let's move on and go ahead on the main content part. So let's see. Let's add a padding to the main content container, 40 pixels on the top and maybe 70 to 80 pixels on the bottom, 20 pixels on the left and right as far as I remember. Yeah, 20 pixels. So on the main content, add a padding, 40 pixels on the top, 20 pixels on the right, 70 pixels on the bottom, and 20 pixels on the left. Let's see. Yeah, we just apply it. And let's take an example of our thumbnail. So 160 by, so let's just type in 160 by 160. Let's make it bold. And let's make it crisp. Like that. Make sure it is centered. Control save. Control Shift Alt S to save as web. Save it. HTML. So images directory and save this as thumbnail.jpg. Let's go back to our markup image source. So images thumbnail.jpg, copy that, paste it there, preview it. So now we have a dummy thumb. So first thing is to, as we notice, we've added a class of thumbnail. So on the main content, target it dot thumbnail, float it to the left, and it will push the others on the left. So To solve this problem, this article with a class of post, we will set to clear both, the same as we did to the footer on the previous part, and it will solve the problem. As you can see right there. Then we will add a padding on that post, so 40 pixels on the bottom, and a border which is colored CCC or BBBBB. So on the post, padding bottom 40 pixels, border bottom 1 pixel, solid BBBBB. Save it, hit preview. What happened? Padding bottom 40 pixels. Let's see. Background red. Let's debug it. So this, what's happening? So let's move on first. Let's go back after we styled the text right here. So the heading is on size 24. So the post h1 dot posts dot post h1, font size 24 and the color is 3333, font size 24, then the color is, actually we will H1A, and make sure it is bold. So font weight bold, review it, and let's get rid of the text decoration, none. And let's apply a little bit of margin bottom, so about 20 pixels. So margin bottom 20 pixels. Weight margin bottom 20 pixels, text decoration none. I'm wondering why it is not applying. Let's inspect this element. Oh, I got it. We need to, since we floated the image, the parent container, which is the article with a class of post, didn't know the actual height. So we are going to apply the class of group again on each post. And let's see, I think we're going to resolve this. And yeah, we just solved it. So let's remove this first, and let's target the image and apply a margin right, 20 pixels I think, or maybe more. Let's see, yeah, 20 pixels. Preview, and yeah, and also we will apply a margin bottom on the post. So the post padding bottom and margin bottom 40 pixels. Let's see, and let's reduce the padding of the main content minus 40 pixels, so it's about 30 pixels, or let's just make it 40 pixels. So top and bottom 40 pixels, 20 pixels on left and right. Preview it, and there you go. And the read more, we are going to style it differently also. So where's the class? A class of, actually we didn't add a class, so let's add it. Class of read more, or just more. Copy it, space, class more and more. Go back to styles.css, post h1a, the posts dot read more, I mean more. Text decoration none, font weight bold. Oh, what just I've opened, close it. So I think we are not going to apply a margin to the heading, but instead to the paragraph. So dot post p padding 20 pixels on the top and 20 pixels on the bottom, so 20 pixels 0. It's more, so maybe 10 pixels on the top, 0 on the left, right, and 20 pixels on the bottom, then 0 on the left. So like that. So what if this right here, the text, is too long? Sample like that. That's up. As you can see, the text overflows to the left. So the fix to this, if we're going to place the text and align it right here only, we need to add on the, we will need to style this div right here. So we will target it, so on the posts dot posts and div, since that's the only div on the posts, we are going to apply a style of overflow hidden. So if we're going to preview this, as you can see, it pushes back to the right position. So make sure you apply this, and let's get removed to this, just in case if the user add lots of text. So now I think we're done to the content part. Let's move ahead and style the sidebar. So apply a padding again on the sidebar. Let's see. Padding of the same 40 pixels, then 20 pixels. So the same to the main content. Just copy this padding and apply to sidebar. Like that. Preview it. Next is to style these headings. So let's go ahead and look the markup. So each widget is wrapped on a side box div. So let's go ahead and style it first. So that aside, that side box, and it has a space, I think about, yeah, maybe 20 pixels is enough. So margin bottom 20 pixels. Or how about make it 40 to be consistent on our post, like that. And on the side box or the sidebar heading rather, since we apply a class to it, we need to style it the same right here. So 18 pixels. So font size 18 pixels, font weight bold, the color is 3333. Preview it, and let's apply a padding of bottom 20 pixels and add this border. So padding bottom 20 pixels, border bottom 1 pixel, solid BBBB. And let's add a margin also on the bottom, maybe 20 pixels again, and margin bottom 20 pixels. What if we are going to remove the text decoration on all the text? Decoration none. And as you can see, it has more space right here and a bit flush to the right, so about 10 pixels. So UL. So side box UL, margin left 10 pixels. As you can see, it moves to the right. And on the list items, we are going to add a margin bottom about 10 pixels. What's wrong with our markup? We forget to add this. Go ahead, preview, and yeah, we fixed it. and it's perfectly on its place. So the other thing is on the footer part. So that footer, we just type in text align center. It will center out the copyright text, and let's make the color to white or maybe CCCC. Apply to the small. So footer small color like that. And the size will be 12 pixels. So font size 12 pixels. And to center this out, as you can see, the height is 50 pixels. So if we're going to set a line height equal to the height of the footer, which is 50 pixels, it will center vertically right there. Or without the line height, we can just control by the using of padding 20 pixels on top and bottom, and the effect is still the same. So whichever you prefer, you can do it. So we just did and completely styled our layout. So other thing to add, I think the hover on the title of the post. So let's find it, h1a. So that post h1a hover, we will color it to the same on the link. So h1a hover like that color, and let's add also a hover, and when the user focus on the links, so color will be darker to our current color. So right here, just move like that, pick that color, place it right here, and let's add a text decoration underline. Let's see. So on the read more without underlined, and on our normal links like on the sidebar links has this underline. So I think we've covered everything, and with that knowledge, we are able to proceed on more complex layout. So take note about what I've said, like on this right here, the group, which is a clear fix hack. If ever you encountered like that your parent container don't know the exact height of the inside child elements, you just apply a group class on that parent container, and we'll take care of it and we'll fix the problem. And also make sure when you style, you reset first all the stylings of what I referred to you on Mirror's Web, this HTML5 reset, and also the new CSS3 property, which is applied on all elements, which is WebKit box sizing border box. So I hope you've learned something on this tutorial, and I catch you guys on the next one.